Hello everyone, it's Luke here and welcome to Homemade Reviews. Sorry it's been a while, but what can I say? I've just been enjoying the outdoors. But fear not, I watch an absolute bucket load of movies. But the problem has been most of them have been complete sausage. So trying to find the right movie to waffle on about has been a little bit trickier than expected. So I've got to be honest and admit that I broke one of my self-imposed cardinal rules and I watched a reboot or a remake, whatever you want to call it. Well, I think it must have been a case of either too much sun or too much drink, or a combination of the two. But I ignored all the reviews and watched the new version of The Crow. Now I like the original, but I never loved it. I do think a lot of the fuss around that film was actually due to the unfortunate death of Brandon Lee at the time, and that kind of added to the hype of that movie. Now I'm not saying it was a bad film, it just wasn't great, so why I decided to watch a remake of this, I have no idea. But maybe I watched it so you don't have to. I'm selfless like that. So let's get to it. First thing first, I had absolutely no idea that The Crow was a franchise. Who knew there were actually 4 of these movies before this one? Anyway, so the 2024 Crow is a supernatural superhero movie directed by Robert Sanders. Now, he made that terrible remake live version of Ghost in the Shell. And this film was written by Zach Bailin, and he made wrote King Richard and Creed 3. In terms of actors, it stars Bill Skarsgård, who frankly has been awesome in pretty much everything I've actually seen him in, and FKA Twigs, yes, the singer. So what's this film all about? Well, despite it being a reboot, it's pretty much the same plot as the previous movie. In this film, Eric, played by Bill Skarsgård, and his fiancée Shelley, FKA Twigs, and they are very quickly murdered by the crime boss Vincent Rogue, played by Danny Houston. Now, Eric is offered the chance to walk the earth again as a powerful dark vigilante known as the Crow, and take revenge by killing everybody in Rogue's organisation who is responsible for his and his fiancée's death. So far so obvious, but does this movie have any deeper meaning or themes, or is it just a straight up superhero revenge thriller? Well, we have the love story which is at the heart of this film with Eric and Shelley. They come from vastly different backgrounds and motivations that kind of weld them together. Now, the early section of this movie is the relationship building, but dear me, this is all style over substance. It has dark shots and cool music. I'm not even sure there's a real reason why these two are kind of attracted and drawn together. I'm none the wiser if there is one. Skarsgård tries to add a bit of meaning to his character and the relationship, but FKA Twigs is an empty shell of a character. The tagline of this film is "True love never dies." This is completely misplaced to me. If these two were in love, I'll struggle to see how and why. I think these two characters have an absolute lack of chemistry.
Until you put the wrong things right. You were given the power of a god. But you're running out of time to save her.
Well, there we are, you get the idea, don't you? So the first half and the setup of this movie was just plain dull. Now, I do believe there was meant to be some kind of theme here around Eric's tortured past, but I really never really understood it. It wasn't really fully realised, and frankly it wasn't even necessary. So the film at its core is a love story, but we can't forget the revenge plot, can we? And frankly the movie fails here too. We've got Danny Houston, who basically dials in a performance from a long distance, to be fair. And then they've got the nameless, faceless henchmen who bring very little threat or frankly interest to this film. I could have done without them really. But I could have done without the film. But I haven't finished my review yet, so let's keep going. I really tried to look for a deeper meaning or theme in this film, but came up completely empty-handed. So the plot is rubbish. Nearly all the acting is frankly terrible or wooden or just uninterested. Even Skarsgård, he tries his best, but the material just isn't there for him. Then we've got the action of set pieces, and I've got one word for them as well: sausage. Again, just plain boring. This film is a real shame, as visually it's wonderful. It's just hamstrung by a poor story, one-dimensional characters, Poor set pieces. Skarsgård prancing around in a trench coat, stomping around a desolate concrete jungle in the rain at night does not a movie make. Music was okay, visuals were good, plot rubbish, fighting repetitive, gore CGI. Ultimately, I didn't believe the love story between Shelley and Eric whatsoever. Didn't care from the start. It could have easily not existed, that movie, and frankly the world would have been a better place for it. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like what I do and you like the real homemade nature of these kind of things, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I only need 2 more of you and I got to 1,000, which is an absolute miracle. Hopefully the next video won't be so long. I think I might do the new Nosferatu. I might not. Let's see. If you like this film, let me know what you thought in the comment. Is it just me who thought it was rubbish, or was I just utterly wrong and it's a wonderful movie and I just wasn't looking at it correctly? Bye everyone!